Did you know that losing leg strength after age 60 can be much more dangerous than it seems? Many men in their 60s, 70s, and even 80s believe they are simply getting older, when in fact they are ignoring a clear warning sign from their own body. Leg weakness is not just a natural consequence of aging. It can be the first symptom of a number of serious problems, including prostate health complications, loss of mobility, increased risk of falls, and even silent cardiovascular disease. Imagine waking up one day and realizing that getting out of bed is harder, that walking to the bathroom requires more effort, and that you feel increasingly dependent on others for simple tasks. This is what is happening to thousands of older men. And the worst part is that many are unaware of the real cause. If you are over 50 or know someone who is in this age group, this video is an urgent wake-up call. The truth is that your body gives you signals, and loss of muscle strength, especially in your legs, is not something that should be ignored. This condition can be directly linked to low testosterone, poor circulation, chronic inflammation, and yes, an enlarged prostate. Have you ever had trouble climbing stairs? Have you noticed that your legs are weaker, wobbly, or do you feel pain when standing up? Then pay close attention, because what we are going to reveal here could save your health and even your life. Most men only realize the seriousness of the situation when their quality of life is already compromised. But you don't have to wait for that to happen. What you're going to discover today will open your eyes to a silent problem that affects millions of men in Brazil and around the world. And the best part, there are natural, simple, and effective ways to combat this before it becomes irreversible. If you are concerned about your vitality, your independence, or want to grow old with more strength, energy, and autonomy, stay with me until the end. We will talk about the impact of prostate health on your muscles, your movements, and even your sexual performance. Yes, it is all connected. Men's health goes far beyond the prostate. It involves the entire body, especially your legs, which are the basis of your daily life. What if I told you that there are simple exercises you can do at home to regain your muscle strength, or that just a few changes to your diet can improve your circulation and reduce inflammation that directly affects your prostate and muscles? This content is for you who refuses to accept growing old with pain, weakness, or limitations. If you're tired of feeling increasingly limited, if you have noticed that your energy levels are no longer the same and you want to recover your health naturally, then you are in the right place. This video was made especially for men who want to regain control of their own health and their own lives. Comment below, have you ever felt your leg give out? Have you ever been afraid of falling, of not being able to get up on your own? Or had the feeling that your strength was slowly fading away? I want to hear your story. Now pay close attention to what I'm going to show you next. And before I continue, I want to make an important invitation to you. If this content has made you think about your health, if at any point you identified with what I have said so far, then comment below. Share with me, have you ever felt your legs getting weaker? Have you ever had difficulty walking or climbing stairs? Your comment can help other men who are going through the same situation, and it also shows me that this content is making sense to you. Also, please like this video. This will help the channel reach more people who need to hear this alert. And if you are not yet subscribed, click the subscribe button and activate the bell. Here we talk seriously, clearly, and without fuss about men's health, prostate, aging, and everything that can improve your quality of life after 50, 60, or even 80 years of age. Don't ignore this opportunity to transform your life with information. Now, let's get straight to the most important part. What's really behind the loss of strength in your legs, and how it may be linked to your prostate. Stay with me. Let's continue, because now you will understand what is really happening to thousands of men over 60 who, day after day, are feeling their legs failing them, losing strength, becoming slower, with more pain, and often without knowing why. It's not just aging. It's not just an age thing. There are a set of factors that silently add up, and before you know it, you are already having difficulty getting up from a chair, climbing stairs, or even walking long distances without feeling tired or wobbly in your legs. Aging is a natural process, yes, but it doesn't have to be synonymous with fragility or loss of autonomy. The truth is that as the years go by, our body begins to undergo profound changes, and among them, one of the most important is the so-called sarcopenia, which is the progressive loss of muscle mass. This means that your muscles literally start to disappear if you don't do something to prevent it. And guess where this starts to be most noticeable? Exactly in the legs. That feeling of weakness, of imbalance, of insecurity when walking. All of this can be a sign that your body is losing the support it always had. And sarcopenia doesn't come alone. It goes hand in hand with a sedentary lifestyle. Many men after the age of 60 start to move less, sometimes out of fear of falling, sometimes because of joint pain, other times simply because of a lack of stimulation. And this creates a vicious cycle. You move less, lose more muscle, feel more pain, move even less, until walking becomes a challenge. This lack of physical activity also affects blood circulation, especially in the extremities of the body, such as the legs, feet, and pelvic region. When blood doesn't circulate well, the muscles don't receive enough oxygen and nutrients, and this only accelerates weakness. Now add to this another factor that almost no one talks about: the drop in testosterone. Yes, the famous male hormone that regulates not only sexual desire, but also strength, disposition, mood, and even muscle density. From the age of 40, this hormone begins to drop naturally, but after the age of 60, this drop can be more pronounced. And do you know what happens when testosterone levels are low? You feel more tired, less energy, more difficulty maintaining muscle mass, more accumulated fat, more irritability, and all of this directly impacts your physical and mental health. Joint pain also comes into play. Extra weight, lack of exercise, and chronic inflammation from an inadequate diet can all contribute to overloading your joints, especially your knees and hips. You start to avoid physical activity because it hurts, and as you avoid moving, your body weakens even more. This process not only compromises your mobility, but also dramatically increases your risk of falls. And a fall, for a man over 60, can be the beginning of a nightmare. Fractures, hospitalization, loss of independence, and in many cases depression. But I want you to think with me now. Imagine losing your independence simply because you ignored this sign. Imagine needing help with basic things like taking a shower, going to the bathroom, or leaving the house. This is not an exaggeration. It is the reality of many men who are living imprisoned in bodies that no longer respond as they used to. And this could have been avoided with information and action at the right time. And do you know when that time is? Now. This loss of strength in the legs may also be linked to something even more alarming: changes in the health of the prostate. Yes, the same gland that many men only remember when they go for a physical exam, but which plays a fundamental role in their entire vitality. When the prostate begins to enlarge or become inflamed, it can compress nearby structures that directly influence your mobility. The pressure on the urethra, bladder, and even pelvic nerves can cause discomfort that goes beyond urinary difficulties. You may begin to feel heaviness, pain, or tingling in the leg region, and this goes unnoticed as if it were common muscle pain. Furthermore, prostate problems are often accompanied by silent inflammatory processes that affect the entire body. This chronic inflammation can be one of the main causes of accelerated muscle loss, increased pain, and decreased energy. The good news is that there are natural ways to reduce this inflammation, improve your circulation, stabilize your hormone levels, and regain your strength. But before you do that, you need to recognize that your body is giving you signals, and these signals should not be ignored. Many men put it off until later. They think it's not time to worry yet, that this is normal for their age. But it's not. The normal thing is to grow old with strength, health, and vitality. The normal thing is to maintain your autonomy, your ability to walk, run, work, have fun, and live without depending on anyone. If you want this for your life, you need to act now. And the first thing to do is to pay attention to what your body is telling you. So I want you to think about it. Have your legs been feeling weaker lately? Do you feel like you have less energy for simple activities? Have you ever been afraid of falling or had difficulty getting up from a chair? If the answer is yes to any of these questions, don't ignore it. This could be the first step towards a profound and positive change in your health. Comment here, "My legs feel weaker," or "I want to regain my strength." This will show me that you are paying attention, that you are committed to your health, and that you want more videos with this type of content. And if you know someone who may be going through this, share this video. Let's turn information into action together. Now that you understand how the aging process, combined with hormonal decline, a sedentary lifestyle, and loss of muscle mass, can directly affect your leg strength, We need to delve even deeper into a point that most men simply ignore: the direct relationship between the health of your prostate and your muscle capacity, especially in the pelvic region and legs. Yes, there is a powerful and often silent connection between the weakness you feel when getting up from a chair and the current state of your prostate. You may have never stopped to think about it, but the truth is that everything in our body is interconnected. When the prostate begins to enlarge, become inflamed, or show signs of dysfunction, it is not just your urinary system that suffers the consequences. Prostate inflammation can affect nerves, muscles, and even blood flow in the pelvic region. And do you know what the result of this is? You start to feel tired in your legs, persistent lower back pain, difficulty with balance, and even loss of sensitivity. And all this without suspecting that the origin may be right there, in a small but extremely important gland, which many only remember when it is time for a physical exam. Poor blood circulation, caused by an enlarged or inflamed prostate, reduces the oxygen and nutrients that reach the muscles in your pelvis, thighs, and legs. And without enough blood flowing properly, your muscles begin to waste away. It's like trying to fill up a car with a clogged fuel hose. The fuel doesn't reach you as it should, and your car's performance suffers. The same goes for your body. If your blood isn't flowing properly, your muscles become weak, recovery slows, and even the simple act of walking can feel like a Herculean effort. In addition, there is a direct impact on the nerves. The pelvic region is extremely rich in nerve endings that communicate with the muscles in the legs and hips. When the prostate is inflamed, it can press on these nerves, interfering with muscle response. This can explain that feeling of heaviness in the legs, the imbalance when standing up, or even the cramps that appear out of nowhere. Have you ever experienced this? Did you wake up in the middle of the night with your leg locked, feel a strange tingling sensation when walking, or notice that climbing stairs has become a challenge? It could be that your prostate is sending a distress signal. Now think about it. How many men are living this reality and think it's just getting older? How many are looking for solutions and medications for joint pain without realizing that the real problem is prostate health? That's where the danger lies. When you only treat the symptom and ignore the cause, the problem only gets worse. That's why I'm telling you very clearly. Understanding the connection between your muscle strength and your prostate could be the most important step you take for your health today. And that's not all. Prostate inflammation also releases chemicals into the body that increase oxidative stress levels. And that's a ticking time bomb for your muscles. The more inflammation in your body, the more your muscles lose strength, the more tired you feel, and the less you feel like exercising. It's a domino effect. And guess what? The less you move, the worse the inflammation becomes. This vicious cycle needs to be broken. And the only way to do that is by taking control of your health, starting with your prostate. Prostate health directly affects the functioning of your entire body. Men who live with an enlarged prostate often report not only problems urinating or sexual dysfunction, but also back pain, loss of balance, and a constant feeling of fatigue. Have you ever heard someone say that they feel weak in their legs, or that they always feel like they're dragging their body? Well, that's not normal. It's a warning sign. And if you're feeling this way, you need to take action. Now, I want to ask you a direct question that you may never have been asked. Could your difficulty climbing stairs, walking long distances, or getting up from the couch without supporting yourself with your legs have anything to do with your prostate? It may seem strange at first, but science and clinical practice show that this connection exists, and it is much more common than you might think. And the worst part is that many people are suffering in silence, thinking it is a thing of age, while the problem gets worse and worse. So, if you're reading this far, I want to ask you a favor. Think about the last few weeks. Have you felt any unusual discomfort in your legs? Have you felt unusually tired when walking? Have you had trouble keeping your balance, or noticed that you're getting out of bed more slowly? If so, you need to seriously consider the possibility that this could be related to your prostate. And this is nothing to be ashamed of. It's something to be aware of, responsible for, and take care of your body. The truth is that most men only seek help when the problem is already advanced. But you don't have to go down that path. The information you're receiving now could be the turning point in your health journey. And that's why it's so important to share this knowledge. Many men, perhaps even your friends, brothers, or fathers, are going through this and have no idea what's behind so many symptoms. If this content makes sense to you, comment below. Write, "My strength is linked to my prostate," or "I'm feeling weak in my legs." This will show me that you're aware, committed and ready to change. And now that you understand how the health of your prostate and the strength of your legs are closely linked, it's time to talk about what really matters, what you can start doing today to reverse this situation. Because yes, even if you're already feeling weak in your legs, tired when walking or having trouble keeping your balance, it's totally possible to change this situation with simple, practical, and extremely effective actions. The secret is to act consistently and consciously, without wasting time and without expecting things to resolve themselves. Your body needs movement, nutrition, the right stimulation, and especially attention to the health of your prostate, which, as we've seen, directly influences your energy and mobility. Let's start by talking about one of the simplest and most powerful actions you can adopt immediately: movement. The body was made to move, and when it stops, it starts to lose everything you've built up over the years: muscles, endurance, balance, and with it, your autonomy. If you spend long periods of time sitting, whether watching TV, on the computer, or even out of habit, you're contributing to the weakening of your muscles, especially those in your legs. And this needs to change. A basic exercise that any man over 50 can do is the chair squat. Sit, stand, sit, stand. Do it slowly, with control, feeling your muscles working. This activates the muscles in your thighs and glutes, and also helps improve pelvic circulation. And the best part, you can do it every day at home without needing any special equipment. Another simple but incredibly effective exercise is walking. Walking for at least 20 to 30 minutes a day can make a huge difference. Walking increases blood flow, improves oxygenation of muscles, regulates hormone levels, and, as a bonus, helps reduce general inflammation in the body, including in the prostate. If you can't walk for that long at once, start with 5 minutes and then gradually increase the time. The important thing is to start. A sedentary lifestyle is one of the biggest enemies of men's health, and every step you take in the opposite direction is a victory. But there's no point in moving your body if you're not taking care of the fuel you put inside it. Diet is another fundamental pillar in this journey. Men who consume a lot of ultra-processed foods, rich in sugar, white flour, and bad fats, are feeding the inflammation that harms prostate health and accelerates muscle loss. The key here is to adopt an anti-inflammatory diet rich in good quality proteins. Include more vegetables, berries, oilseeds such as nuts and chestnuts, as well as sources of protein such as eggs, chicken, fish, and chickpeas. And don't forget foods rich in zinc such as pumpkin seeds, which play a direct role in hormonal regulation and prostate health. Hydration should also not be neglected. Many older men simply forget to drink water throughout the day, and this affects not only their circulation and kidneys but also their prostate function. Drinking enough water helps keep the urinary system working well, dilutes toxins, and makes the body's work easier as a whole. Take the following test. How many glasses of water have you drunk today? If the answer is less than 6, it's time to improve that. Hydration is a small gesture, but it has a big impact. Another fundamental action that you need to take is regular checkups. Don't wait until you feel pain or discomfort to see a doctor. Men who take preventive care of their health are more likely to identify prostate changes in their early stages, which allows them to act much more effectively. A physical exam, PSA test, and prostate ultrasound. All of these should be part of your annual routine, especially after the age of 50. Health doesn't wait, and early detection is the greatest ally in longevity. And now I want to give you a tip that many men ignore, but that can be a real game changer for your prostate health and general well-being: regular ejaculation. Yes, maintaining a healthy frequency of sexual activity or masturbation can contribute to prostate health, as it helps eliminate toxins, stimulates the functioning of the gland, and improves blood flow in the pelvic region. In addition, it contributes to hormonal balance and even to mood and sleep quality. This is not an exaggeration, but rather to maintaining the regularity of something that the male body was biologically prepared to do. If you are in a relationship, talk to your partner. If you are not, take care of yourself responsibly. Your body will thank you. Along with this, pelvic floor exercises, such as Kegel exercises, can also bring great benefits. These exercises strengthen the muscles that support the bladder, prostate, and intestines, in addition to improving circulation in the region and even sexual function. To practice them, simply contract the muscles in your pelvis as if you were trying to stop the flow of urine, hold for a few seconds, and then relax. Repeat this several times a day. It is simple, discreet, can be done anywhere, and offers significant results over time. The combination of these habits, physical activity, proper nutrition, hydration, regular checkups, balanced ejaculation, and pelvic strengthening, forms a powerful shield against prostate problems and muscle loss. But remember, all of this needs to be done consistently. There's no point in doing it for 2 days and then giving up. Take care of your body as you would take care of something precious, because that's exactly what it is. Your body is your most valuable asset, and investing in it now will guarantee a future with more strength, autonomy, pleasure, and quality of life. If you've made it this far, it's because you're committed to your health. Now tell me, which of these actions do you already practice? Which do you need to start doing today? Write in the comments, "I've already started taking care of my health," or "I need to improve my diet." Your interaction is very important, not only for me, but for everyone who's reading this and can be inspired by your example. If you've stayed with me this far, congratulations. This shows that you're truly committed to your health and want to make a difference in your life. Now, I want to invite you to be part of this community of men who are looking for quality information and real transformation. So subscribe to the channel and activate the bell so you don't miss any new content, because there's a lot of important stuff coming. And if you watched until the end, comment below, "My health is my priority." This way I will know who is really focused and engaged in this journey. Leave your like as well, because that helps this video reach more people who need this information. And don't leave here without watching the next video that's appearing on your screen right now. It will complement everything you learned today and take you even further in this mission of taking care of your men's health. See you there.